So my coursework was somewhere around 30 lakh. So just for the course fee. Then the living expenses are really, really high in London. Even for a small room, I guess half the size of where we are sitting was 1 lakh per month. While doing that job, I thought if I want to put so much effort in a startup, someone else startup, I can work on my own startup as well.
But do you think it's the same amount of work after now you have started the business? आशिमा, मैंने ये भी सुना है कि इंडिया में चाहे वो कॉफी हो, चाय हो, whether we talk about herbal teas or any such product, इंडिया का प्रोड्यूस में भी जितना टॉप मोस्ट प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट होता है उसको एक्सपोर्ट कर दिया जाता है.
Yes. Compare the ingredients of the chocolate in India and abroad. Same brand की chocolate, same variant, ingredients different होंगे. The major issue with the teas which we are doing in India was whenever you have a green tea, it gives a very bitter taste. So जिनको भी green tea, if a dietitian tells you or if anybody asks you to have a green tea, तो जबरदस्ती पीनी पड़ती है कि इसका bitter taste है, but still I have to have it for my good health. So I wanted to change the taste of it so that people can have a better version of it and enjoy it actually, not just having it for health issues. A lot of big brands are playing with honey and they are adding sugar into it and so as to reduce down the cost. अगर ये honey जम रहा है तो इसमें चीनी added होगी because they do not know about exactly how honey, like properties of the honey. So a lot of honey are viscous enough that कि वो winters में जमेंगे ही. Most of the people say they are coffee lover and they go and have a frappe at a Starbucks or any cafe. So I was also this person. I used to drink frappe and say I am a coffee lover. But all it has is flavors, a lot of sugar and very little bit of coffee.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेलकम टू द सक्सेस प्रूफ पॉडकास्ट. टुडे वी हैव अ गेस्ट who has just started another D2C brand which is creating a lot of amazing products that we all love: coffee, chocolates, herbal teas, honey and a lot of stuff. So मैंने सोचा क्यों ना इन सब प्रोडक्ट्स जो हम अपनी रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में यूज़ करते हैं इनकी थोड़ी टेक्निकलिटीज़ को जाना जाए. ये समझेंगे ये प्रोडक्ट्स आते कहाँ से हैं, इनमें डिफरेंशिएटर क्या होता है और अगर इनका कोई हेल्थ बेनिफिट है या रियली में नहीं है, हम उसके बारे में छोटी छोटी बात काफ़ी डिटेल में करेंगे. सो टुडे वी हैव समवन हु डिड हर बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, राइट?
Yes.
ओके, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी का स्टडी किया लंदन से एंड देन शी अगेन केम बैक टू इंडिया, जो कि मोस्टली लोग नहीं आते. तो हम ये भी जानेंगे कि आशिमा खन्ना इंडिया वापस क्यों आई. दिस शुड बी अ ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़. सो हम इस सब चीज़ों में बात करेंगे काफ़ी डिटेल में. अगला 1 घंटा आपके लिए एक बहुत अच्छी नॉलेज होगा जो आपको समझाएगा कॉफ़ी के बारे में, हर्बल टीज़ के बारे में, हनी के बारे में एंड डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ चॉकलेट्स दैट आर कमिंग इन मार्केट टुडे. एंड आशिमा का एक्सपीरियंस मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कि बहुत ज़्यादा है, बट बिजनेस स्टार्ट करने से पहले 7-8 महीना उन्होंने काफ़ी डीप रिसर्च किया, अपने फादर से नॉलेज लिया, अपनी मदर से नॉलेज लिया एंड एक ब्रांड बनाया जिसका नाम है मंच ब्रू. सो आज मंच ब्रू सक्सेस ब्रू पॉडकास्ट पे है, राइट? एंड ये कोइंसिडेंस बहुत अच्छा लगता है मुझे जब ऐसा कुछ होता है. लास्ट वीक में एक ऑफिस गया, उसका नाम कोड ब्रू था, करेक्ट? सो लॉट ऑफ ब्रूइंग इज हैपनिंग. शी इज kept a new name. So मंच ब्रू क्यों रखा वो भी हम बात करेंगे. How she created a branding of this. So welcome Ashima to the Success Brew podcast.
Thank you so much.
I'm super excited to know more a lot about different products because I use a lot of these products at my home. But मुझे नहीं पता ये कहाँ से आते हैं, राइट? इनका रियल प्रोडक्ट क्या है, राइट? बस मुझे अच्छा लगता है. Either herbal teas or a digestive tea or a chamomile tea or a coffee. Different flavors, different chais, and I am hardcore a tea lover.
Okay.
Right? Normal desi Indian chai without adrak, without elaichi. लेकिन हाँ, बाकी सब products depending upon the day of the time and mood, सब कुछ है, correct? So Ashima, tell us a little about yourself, your place of birth, your schooling, your journey.
Okay. So my birthplace is Amritsar. So I stayed in Amritsar for 1 or 2 years beginning. Then we shifted to Ahmedabad. I stayed there for 1.5 year. Then we shifted to Bombay. I stayed there for another 1.5 year. And then in 2009 we came to Chandigarh. And from that onwards I have been in Chandigarh. So my major schooling has been from DAV Public School, Sector 8. And then I have done my 10th and 11th from Bhavan Vidyalaya, Chandigarh. Then I took up undergrad in biotechnology from UIT Punjab University. So it was a 4-year coursework during which I did a lot of internships in ICER, CSIR. So all were research-based internships. And then I moved after completing my undergrad in 2025 June, I moved to London for doing my master's in applied bioscience and biotechnology.
So ये जो initial movement था from Amritsar to Ahmedabad then Bombay, what was this for?
So majorly my dad was in a service, he is a textile engineer.
Okay.
So he was in a service line, so he had kept on getting posting done in another city. So we kept moving with him.
Okay.
So yeah, so majorly it was due to his job.
So in the beginning years of your life, you had seen different cities and made
Yes.
friends in different parts. And from 9 years onwards, you are in Chandigarh. So
Yes.
which is the best city as of now for you?
So I stayed in Ahmedabad for a very little amount of time, but still I still remember the joyfulness of the people over there. On every Saturday, Sunday, at that time, people didn't used to cook anything, and there were long queues in front of every restaurant. So it was a
Okay.
concept that on Sundays they won't cook. So, and even the Gujarati food, I'm a fan of sweet. I'm a sweet tooth. So it's meetha khana, proper Gujarati thali, amras and everything.
So how was your difference between studying biotechnology in India and then in London? Like, what's a education structure difference in these two countries?
So my opinion might be different, but for me in India, the education system is better as compared to abroad.
Okay.
Obviously, because over here there's more attention and more interaction between teacher and the student. So the 4 year I spent in UIT, I knew whosoever taught me, I knew every teacher, and everybody knew me, just not because obviously I was a good student in studies wise, but still there were more interaction over here. But in London, every professor had hardly 1 or 2 hour class
Okay.
for each subject. That's it, and there was no after interaction
Okay.
in any of these subjects. So I guess for teacher and student interaction, India is much better, and teacher understand the student much better, and that is more important, because cramming up the books is not the major thing. We have to get the viewpoint of the teacher as well. But apart from that, over there I got an opportunity to explore the research work at a different level. I did 3-4 months research work over there, so that was very different as compared to what I did in India. So obviously there was a difference between the lab infrastructure and everything, but majorly I like what I studied in biotechnology in my undergrad rather than in London. Yeah.
So as per your research in biotechnology, what is this area? If somebody doesn't know what is biotechnology listening to this podcast,
Okay, so
what is biotechnology?
yeah.
As a
So
subject?
generally people, whenever they hear about biotechnology, they are majorly try to link it with medical. So either it is a subject of medical. So majorly in biotechnology, we study the instruments which are used in medical. Not specifically, we won't study how to what instruments which are used in medical processes, like ECG machine or anything.
Okay.
The machines which are being used in medical is being taught. How the operational or
Okay.
technical part is there is being taught in biotechnology. Similarly, for the plants and animals, the technical part is being taught in biotechnology.
Got it. And how did you choose biotechnology for your study?
So it was majorly not, obviously initially it was not by my choice. So first I got, according to my JEE score, I got a ECE in Thapar University. Then when I applied for certain government colleges, I got biotechnology in UIT. So initially it wasn't a choice, it was majorly because of my score.
Okay.
But after 1 or 2 months, I started liking, because I liked bio as a subject a lot.
Okay.
So after 2-3 months, I started liking it a lot. So after that, majorly my CGPA was 8.5 plus, and that was majorly because of interest only. So after 6-7 months, it became a choice, but initially it was out of my scores. Yeah.
Okay. So so it happens to most of the, I think, students.
Yes.
That you do 10th. If you are a good grader in 10th, you go into engineering on science. Otherwise, you go to commerce. Very bad, you go to arts. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So normally it is like
Yes,
the
yes.
structure is like that, correct?
Yeah.
And then if in science you are good, mostly either you go towards engineering or medical. If you don't crack MBBS, you become a BDS or something like that. No, the entire structure flows. It's
Yes.
automation. And then you also did your master's, so you loved it enough to do the
Yes.
master's in London, right?
Yep.
So just to give an idea of education expenses, right? Because I think it's also important for people, even if somebody loves a subject, how much is the expense? So studying in London for 2 years or 3 years?
It was a 1 year coursework.
1 year
So I
course,
stayed
okay.
there for 1.5 years.
So what 1.5 years? How much is the expense?
So
Overall,
just
study,
for
college.
I will just talk about a journal. For any coursework, majorly the courseworks in London or UK are for 1 year only. Major masters
Okay.
are for 1 year. The research ones are for 2 years. But I took the MS in Applied Bioscience and Biotechnology. It was a 1 year coursework. So my coursework was somewhere around 30 lakh. So just for the course fee. Then the living expenses are really, really high in London.
Yeah.
For even for a small room, I guess half the size of where we are sitting was 1 lakh per month.
Okay.
So for that, then after that, expenses for the transport. Majorly, everybody walks in London, but
Yeah.
still, obviously, we have to travel through metro or any bus for transportation. So it was around £100 again for transportation. Then the normal grocery expenses, and then if you want to enjoy with your friends and explore the city, then there's 100.
So we can
100
estimate anywhere around 50-60 lakhs of expense.
easily, very easily. If you are not a heavy spender, then
Right.
easily 50-60 lakh. Yeah.
So now you did this entire thing. So did you start with a job or something like that?
So after the coursework, I did explore a lot of jobs. And since it obviously it's connected, that since I did a lot of tutoring jobs during my coursework, so I was easily getting biotechnology teaching jobs
Okay.
after that. But when I went in 2022, so I completed my coursework in 2023 end. So during that time, the market was very bad. So
Okay.
major jobs which I was getting was biotechnology teaching. Or either few jobs outside the London. It was majorly internship or any job in small city. So I didn't want to move out of London for any job, or else I wanted to come back to India. That's why I explored over there for 6-7 months. I did few teaching jobs and then I came back to India.
Okay. So after coming back India, what was your first step?
I did took the working visa for London in case I want to go back. But when I came back, I kept on doing few tutoring job which I was doing in London. I came back, I explored few job options, but majorly it required a shift of coursework. Either because in India most of the biotechnology jobs are either research based. There's no major industrial job which I wanted to take. So I didn't want to go for PhD as well. So I did worked in few startups initially when I came back. But while doing that job, I thought if I want to put so much effort in a startup, someone else startup, I can work on my own startup as well.
So what all startups did you work with?
So few of them were agriculture related. And one of them was like agriculture related. One of them was AI related. So I worked with two of them
Okay.
majorly. Yeah.
For how long?
In one of them I worked for 6 months, and in another I worked for 9 or 10 months.
Okay. So your inspiration to become an entrepreneur was like, if I can work hard for someone else, I can
Yeah.
work for myself
So
also.
yeah, exactly same amount of effort I can put into my work and work.
But do you
hard.
think it's the same amount of work after now you have
But-
started the business?
No, so definitely it's double or triple. But now I know it's my work, so I put in more effort, and there's no compulsion of doing
Great.
work. Even if I want to work on Sunday, I'm happily doing it.
Okay. So tell us more about Munchbrew. How did you finally come to this as a business to build your own? And how did you choose the product? Like what inspired you to this area of products?
So taking a little bit background from my master's, so since it was in biotech, my undergrad and master's both were in biotechnology, we did have a food biotechnology as a coursework.
Okay.
Also in London, the best part I liked about the course was there was a specific course of working on startup ideas only. So there
Okay.
were few segments where then we have to make certain teams or participate in a global team and propose some startup ideas. So during that time, once we worked on a PCOST, once we worked on certain energy based product. From there, the idea of starting something came up. So since we worked on that PCOST, so when I came back India, so I thought let's explore that domain because it's related to my research as well, and it's something which we can explore in India. So while doing that research, I attended a lot of exhibitions, food related, because it's a medical and a food product, a food grade product. So I attended a lot of exhibition. Went to Ahar in Delhi, Indian Food Forum in Bombay, Gulf Food in Dubai. So over there I got to know how a very small thing can be created a business for. So I explored a lot of products over there, and that's from where I got idea for different products. So majorly the first product we worked was on a honey. So it was also coincidence that one of the vendor came and they gave us the product so as to just to try. So we really liked the concept of what they were doing. So we tried building up something around that. So we made like we started looking out for packaging first, how, because honey we can take it in bulk, and how to then supply it to the customers. Then after finding out the packaging, we started doing the sampling first. So
Got it.
to check if we are liking it, is even customer liking it or not. So for 3-4 months we just did the sampling for honey products only. So different variants
Any
of honey.
sampling आपने कैसे किया?
So first we gave it to few of our friends and family. Then I went to few cafes. So I am a very big foodie. I keep on exploring a lot of cafes, and even in the Tri-City, even in London, I used to do this only. I used to see an Instagram reel and go to a particular cafe and explore different food over there. So here also, whenever I go to a cafe, when I started my brand, so whenever I went to a cafe, I used to look out for the person who is managing the cafe, or looking out for the vendors for different.
Now the interest for the cafe going changed.
After trying out the product, I saw how my product can be introduced over there. So whenever I went to cafe, I tried looking out for the manager or the person who is looking after that, and I gave them the samples, and they used to try and give me the feedback. And for the online mode, I sent my product to few of the influencers in the Tri-City just as a barter product. So they just provided me the feedback how the product is. They put it up on their story and got a real, because I wasn't paying them, so they were not supposed to say good about my products. But 95% of time I got very good opinion about the products. So I got more confidence that this product can move forward.
So tell us a little bit about honey. Like अगर किसी को नहीं पता है,
Yeah.
Today we have a lot of options. Organic honey, floral honey. ये यहाँ से आता है, वो वहाँ से आता है, and I get a lot confused. I'm not personally a honey consumer, right? For sake, my mother uses a lot. लेकिन every time you go to anything, right? Whether it is a brand like Dabur or Patanjali, or there are so many other D2C brands that are coming up with honey. Honey का origin क्या है? How do someone understand कि ये मुझे खाना चाहिए और ये मुझे नहीं खाना चाहिए?
So I guess हमारे पेरेंट्स या ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स के टाइम की बात करें तो हनी वॉज अ वेरी प्योर प्रोडक्ट. सो हाउस ऑफ इट came from farm, it was directly supplied to the consumer. But with the period of time, people have evolved and did a lot of innovation with honey and explored it a lot. So a lot of big brands are playing with honey, and they are adding sugar into it, and so as to reduce down the cost. So right now all of the consumer are always confused कि अगर ये honey जम रहा है तो इसमें चीनी added होगी, because they do not know about exactly how honey, like properties of the honey. So a lot of honey are viscous enough that कि वो winters में जमेंगे ही. So like there's acacia honey.
White जम जाता है पूरा.
So that हाँ कुछ कुछ होते हैं, white honey is also a thing. So then we have acacia honey which is very viscous. So सर्दी में वो जमेगा ही. And a lot of like we also have it as a product. So a lot of customer comes back कि ये जम रहा है. So जनरली बिकॉज उनके दिमाग में डाल दिया गया है कि जम रहा है कि चीनी ही होगी, बिकॉज कुछ ब्रांड्स प्ले कर चुके हैं इसके लिए. नहीं तो आई गेस इनिशियली वी डिडंट यूज्ड टू थिंक कि जम रहा है तो इसके अंदर चीनी ही होगी. सो अब लोगों को मतलब आई हैव टू क्रिएट अवेयरनेस अबाउट के अगर ये जम रहा है तो एक टाइप का हनी दिस इज विस्कस इनफ कि वो जम रहा है. मल्टीफ्लोरा हनी जो होता है, प्लेन हनी विच वी गेट इन द मार्केट, दैट उसकी विस्कोसिटी इज़ वेरी लेस, सो इट टेंड्स टू solidify at a very lower level. So there were different types of honey, they solidify at different levels. And so what majorly Munchbrew tried to do is कि जो regular honey है उसमें हमने थोड़ा explore करा है, that we have a ginger turmeric honey which we have added ginger and turmeric, crushed part of ginger and turmeric into honey. And जैसे हम घर पे अदरक शहद पीते हैं, so taste is exact same, just a better and easier version to
जो
use.
हम सर्दी में खांसी ठीक करने के लिए
yes.
पीते हैं.
So taste is exact same.
So normally let's say if somebody is a very normal person daily जो सुबह कहता है कि ठीक है I would like to have warm lemon water in the morning with honey.
Yes.
उसको कौन सा हनी यूज करना चाहिए?
So from Munchbrew, I would recommend this ginger turmeric honey because इसमें obviously there is a sweetness of honey, so it has a glycemic index, particular glycemic index, but definitely it's a better version, better than using any sugar or anything in that form. So हम ginger turmeric honey can be used in.
So honey can be an alternative to sugar in different things.
up to some extent, not that कि आप हर चीज़ में डालो, because उसमें भी है तो मतलब sugar spike तो वो देगा. I won't recommend it to any of the diabetic patient or
Okay.
anybody. Right? It will give you a sugar spike, but it has few nutrition values, so it's very better than refined
So
sugar
what are
for
the
sure.
nutrition values of honey?
So like acacia honey, it has very less glycemic index. So अगर कोई dietitian recommend कर रहा है तो generally
ये क्या index होता है? If you can explain it a
so
bit.
basically how it spikes up your sugar level. So
okay.
जितना glycemic index कम होगा, it will spike up the sugar level less as.
ओके तो जिसका ग्लाइसेमिक इंडेक्स कम है
होगा.
प्रोडक्ट का
Yes.
वो आपके शुगर को कम स्पाइक करेगा.
Yes.
ज्यादा होगा तो ज्यादा स्पाइक करेगा.
Yes.
ओके
So जैसे अब आजकल राइस में भी ऐसी वेराइटी आती है कि glycemic index is lower, so different varieties of rice are also coming for like. So for honey, acacia and black forest honey are few of them which has least glycemic index. Then so majorly we can use these honey on a regular basis. We can add it to our coffee. But one thing we do not have to heat honey. Like while chai is being made or coffee is being made, we don't need to add honey at that point. Once it's made, we can add. After that, we need to add it.
So honey को हमें पकाना नहीं.
नहीं.
Cool. So this is a bit about honey. Now let's go to coffee. Bit of understanding about coffee, right? Let's say somebody who is a coffee lover, but they don't know coffee. है ना, तो वो लोग मोस्टली क्या करते हैं, मेरे जैसे लोग वो इंस्टेंट कॉफी पैक्स लेके आते हैं, दूध में डालते हैं, चीनी डालते हैं और पी लेते हैं. करेक्ट.
Yes.
फिर वो जब कॉफी शॉप जाते हैं, सो दे हैव अ डिफरेंट टेस्ट ऑफ कॉफी. करेक्ट. फिर वो वहां पे देखते हैं कि अलग अलग बीन्स रखे हुए हैं, चाहे हम स्टारबक्स जाएं या कॉफी बीन टी लीफ जाएं या सीसीडी जाएं, देयर आर ऑलवेज कॉफी बीन्स.
Yeah.
करेक्ट. सो एक टाइम तो मुझे ये भी नहीं पता था कि वो जो मेरे सैशे में कॉफी है वो कॉफी बीन से बनाई जाती है. तो टेल अस अ बिट अबाउट दिस कॉफी बीन्स. कहाँ से आता है ये, राइट? इसका ओरिजिन क्या है? तो रिसेंटली आई वाज टॉकिंग टू समवन, अ वेरी यंग किड, एंड ही वाज आस्किंग मी अंगूर का पेड़ कैसा होता है. मैंने कहा बेटा पेड़ नहीं होता, अंगूर की बेल होती है. सो आई बिलीव देयर आर स्टिल अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु विल नॉट नो कि कॉफी का ओरिजिन क्या है. तो हम बिल्कुल लेमैन की तरह बात करेंगे, राइट? एंड आई विल ट्राई टू ड्रॉ अ ग्राफ हियर, a organizational chart that will be visible on the screen, so that they can understand visibly कि अच्छा ठीक है, अच्छा ये कॉफी यहाँ से आती है, फिर इसका ये होता है, फिर ये होता है, फिर ये होता है. So can you just take us through that process?
For sure. Just before beginning this, I will just try to break the myth of, like, most of the people say they are coffee lover and they go and have a frappe at a Starbucks or any cafe. So I was also this person. I used to drink frappe and say I am a coffee lover, but all it has is only just the flavors, a lot of sugar and very little bit of coffee. So that's why most of the people are not aware about what is coffee and what are different taste of coffee. So I guess majorly who are Americano people can understand what different coffees are like. So according to me, majorly there are two types of coffee. One which give you a sudden energy spike, so that's majorly the Robusta coffee, and one which is give you a slow spike of energy, that is Arabica coffee. Majorly in Punjab side, a lot of brands use Robusta coffee just to give it that strong taste of the coffee, but Robusta coffee is very high in acidic level, so that's why sometimes when we have a very very strong coffee, people do feel digestion issues or a lot of acidity issues. So Robusta coffee is very high in acidity level as compared to the Arabica coffee.
Okay. So when you enter into a coffee shop, can you actually ask them that I don't want a Robusta coffee, I want a Arabica coffee bean? So
a lot of cafes do have an option of Robusta and Arabica, but the basic ones, they are major them if you're using medium dark roast or mixture of Robusta and Arabica.
Okay.
So majorly they're using 70-30, major 70-30.
So they're mixing both the qualities of coffee and giving
majorly
you
it is done like that, so that it doesn't give a spike of any
ठीक है.
strong.
So like एक coffee bean कहाँ से आता है?
So first from fruit a bean is taken out. उसके बाद उसकी,
so it's like a berry like fruit?
Yes, berry fruit. A bean is then green bean. There's a concept of green coffee as well. So it's very high in nutrition and antioxidants, but it doesn't have that good taste because the major taste comes after roasting only. So from a berry, green bean is taken out after obviously the whole washing process and drying and everything. Green bean is taken out. That green bean is then roasted. And
Okay.
roasting can be done of different levels. There can be light roast, medium roast, medium dark roast. Different roasting levels are
ठीक है.
done. And after that, coffee is crushed into different forms. Even that has differentiated into a lot of levels. That there's agglomerated coffee, there is dry freeze coffee. That's how it's
Okay.
converted into a powdered form.
ठीक है.
So a lot of forms come out of that. So we majorly are doing agglomerated coffee, and agglomerated coffee is comparatively expensive because of the machinery requires to create that agglomerated form.
So it is like a granular form.
Yeah, so proper granule will be visible in the agglomerated
जिसको आप normally
coffee.
घर में use कर सकते हो.
Yes,
ठीक है.
that's an instant
So tell us,
coffee.
let's say if somebody is like you gave me a very nice thing today that this strong robusta coffee is more acidic in
Yes.
nature, and because of which you can feel bloated and acidic and all. So this
Yes.
happens to me a lot, especially in certain coffees. So I have stopped drinking hot coffee in the cafe.
Okay.
Cold coffee doesn't impact that much
Because less
it's-
amount
it's-
of coffee is
less
being
amount of
used
coffee.
in
It's
it.
more water, ice and
Yes,
milk,
yes, yeah.
right? Cool. So अगर कोई रेगुलरली कॉफी पीता है तो उसको कौन सी कॉफी कंज्यूम करनी चाहिए?
On regular basis, 100% Arabica is a better
Is a better option.
option, yeah.
And if they like the stronger taste, how to can enhance the taste?
So majorly it's like medium dark roast or a dark roast. 100% Arabica is the
Okay.
best version which we can consume on a regular basis. And that too, if we consume in a black coffee or an Americano version, that is a healthier version of it, and it will give you better taste of.
So जब कोई ऑनलाइन सर्च कर रहा है तो कैन दे सर्च फॉर अराबिका कॉफी बीन्स?
Yes.
They can
In
search.
beans,
Is
they're
it a filter?
pure, yes. So Arabica 100%. That's like Manchuru do sell 100% Arabica
Okay.
beans. So for beans, there's always a specification: 100% Arabica, 100% Robusta. So in beans, we can easily differentiate. For instant coffee, they generally do not give the specification how much coffee
ठीक है.
Robusta is available, how much Arabica is available. This information is available to the brand, but not to the customer majorly.
Correct. So if you are a listener and listening today, so and if you would like to try a Munch Brew Arabica coffee, I'll drop the link in the description with maybe a special discount code for the listeners.
Yeah.
And then you can try and taste first. If you like it, you can buy it again, right? And say thank you to me later. And then you keep brewing that success and coffee together. It will be great, right?
Yeah.
ठीक है. So coffee bean हमारा एक fruit से आता है, which is green first.
Yes.
It is dried out, and then you take the beans
Roasted,
out.
yeah.
Then you roast them into different forms or different qualities. Every process is actually changing, diluting or enhancing the taste of coffee, right? Now tell us where the world's best coffee beans are coming from. ऐसी
India-
दुनिया में क्या क्या जगह है जहाँ से कॉफी प्रोड्यूस होती है
So
मेजरली?
there are a lot of different types. I guess Instagram pe there's Utopia coffee that is there. There's Vietnamese coffee. So we are doing Vietnamese beans. So Vietnamese beans are a little bit chocolatey in taste
Okay.
in general, and then we are getting it roasted and making an instant coffee out of it. So Indian origin coffees has a long variety. So it's also they have 100% Arabica beans, 100%
Okay.
Robusta. So there's a lot of variety. Each origin will have a different tint of coffee bean. So
Okay.
from which or different.
So can I
instant
say this is just a agriculture produce
Yes.
like rice have different varieties?
Yes.
Into the different regions of the country, coffee has a different variety.
Yes.
And there is something also I have heard about animal poop coffee.
That what I told initially. Yeah.
This is vanilla.
No, so it's Utopia something.
Achha,
I guess,
Ethiopian
yeah,
coffee.
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
ठीक है. Now let's come to your second product, which is more of coffee and chocolates, which is munching. So tell us what you created in the munching side of things, because I believe everybody today watching Netflix or spending time with friends,
Yeah.
making that moments happier and the great moments of life, they love to munch together
Yes.
with coffee. So what are those products with you?
Okay, so we have chocolate coated coffee beans. So it's a pure coffee bean which is multiple time roasted, and a dark chocolate is coated over it, and that's a edible
Okay.
version. We do not.
क्या
need
वो
to-
ज्यादा कड़वा नहीं हो जाएगा?
No, so it's roasted. That's why multiple roasting has been done so as to reduce the bitter level, and that's why chocolate coating is done. That to a dark chocolate one, so that it stays healthier one.
Okay.
So dark chocolate is.
तो इसमें
coated
शुगर
over-
नहीं होता है?
No.
This is no sugar. इसको हम
So
खा
it's
सकते हैं.
yes. So it's dark chocolate. Obviously,
ठीक
dark
है.
chocolate do have calories in it. So cocoa powder and dark chocolate will be there, and a bean
ठीक
is
है.
there. Coffee bean is there.
Okay.
And similarly, one product is pecan, chocolate coated pecan with coffee. So there's a pecan that's similar to walnut, and then a white chocolate is coated over it, and a powder of coffee is added to it. So it give you tint of bitterness of coffee and pecan and the sweetness of chocolate.
What is the difference between walnut and pecan? Like it's a similar fruit or
It's a premium version of walnut. Yeah, it's a similar dry fruit.
it's a similar dry fruit. Okay. So what is like there are a lot of different chocolate coated nuts
Yes.
and that comes into market, right? Is chocolate coated coffee bean a unique thing that you have created, or
So,
is
yeah.
it just a better version of?
So first talking about the chocolate, so there are a lot of brands majorly जैसे हमें हैम्पर्स में मिलते हैं या दिवाली हैम्पर्स या किसी से मिलते हैं, तो चॉकलेट कोटेड वॉलनट आलमंड्स रेजिन्स वी गेट अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स मेजरली उसमें कंपाउंड चॉकलेट यूज होती है. सो आप कभी खाओगे भी तो जो मेजरली कलर्ड होते हैं ऐसे दिखेंगे आपको, तो उनका अजीब सा टेस्ट आता है. आपको नट का टेस्ट आएगा लेकिन चॉकलेट का अजीब सा वेयर टिंट आएगा. सो दैट इज मेजरली ड्यू टू द फ्लेवर्स विच दे हैव एडेड और द कलर्स एंड द कंपाउंड चॉकलेट विच दे हैव यूज्ड. So we at Manjri are using pure chocolate, so pure dark chocolate or pure milk chocolate is being used to coat the nuts. That's the difference between the chocolate which we are using. Even for the nuts we are using the premium quality, because majorly Indian market में जो chocolate coated nuts में use होते हैं वो वाला nut use होता है जो बच जाते हैं. जो एक तो हमने बेचने के लिए हमने आलमंड रेजिन निकाल दिया, उसमें भी कितनी वैरायटी आती है कि बड़ा कैशियो में भी कितने ग्रेड्स आते हैं. तो उसमें भी मेजरली जो हैम्पर्स हैं उसमें यूज़ होते हैं वो बचा हुआ जो आलमंड बच जाता है उसको हम चॉकलेट कोट करते हैं, बिकॉज एट द एंड दिखने तो वाला नहीं है कि उसके अंदर प्रोडक्ट के अंदर क्या है. सो वी ट्राई टू मेंटेन कि हम प्रीमियम, अगर हम आलमंड भी यूज़ कर रहे हैं तो प्रीमियम सबसे ए ग्रेड उसका यूज़ करेंगे. सो यू ट्राई टू मेंटेन द क्वालिटी लाइक दैट. तो better version of chocolate we are using pure chocolate, and for the almonds also, for the nuts also we are using a premium version of it.
Correct.
And then talking specifically about the chocolate coated coffee beans and the pecans, so this is something I explored by exploring being to a lot of countries. So हमने काफ़ी brands की chocolate coated बाहर abroad में दुबई सिंगापुर में I've tried chocolate coated beans. So a lot of brands in abroad are doing this product, but in India very less brands are doing, or if they are using compound chocolate.
So do you think that if parents want to give this product to their kids as a piece of chocolate, is it okay for the kids?
So for coffee I won't recommend, because for kids the caffeine content should not be given, but for pecans we can definitely give them, because in that the coffee content is very less. They have just used the powder on the pecans, but yeah, that chocolate coated pecans can be given to children.
ठीक है. आशिमा, मैंने ये भी सुना है कि इंडिया में चाहे वो कॉफी हो, चाय हो, whether we talk about herbal teas or any such product, इंडिया का प्रोड्यूस में भी जितना टॉप मोस्ट प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट होता है उसको एक्सपोर्ट कर दिया जाता है.
Yes.
और इंडियन मार्केट में सिर्फ उसका जो कचरा या उसको जो लास्ट का द स्मॉलेस्ट पार्टिकल जो बचता है वो यहाँ पे डिलीवर किया जाता है.
Yes.
एंड आई पर्सनली बिलीव इट हैपेंस बिकॉज आई एम पर्सनली अ टी लवर. आप जब चाय बनाते हो तो ऐसे लगता है धूल उड़ रही है जब आप चाय पत्ती डालते हो.
Yes.
राइट, ऐसे लगता है धूल उड़ रही है वहाँ पे. करेक्ट.
Yes.
सो इफ समबडी हैज टू सोर्स अ बेटर टी और कॉफी, कहाँ जाए बेचारा वो?
Okay, so as you mentioned that most of the good products are exported, that's true, because one thing is बाहर मार्केट में उनको better cost मिल रही है उसकी. It is valued more. यहाँ पे इंडिया में प्रोडक्ट इतना वैल्यू नहीं होता है as compared to the market in abroad. And I have explored a lot of chocolates in India.
प्रोडक्ट वैल्यू क्यों नहीं होता?
I guess people just want to buy a cheaper product rather than कि आप उसको ज़्यादा पे करके सेम चॉकलेट आपको 10 रुपये की भी मिलेगी एंड सिमिलर चॉकलेट विल गेट फॉर 300. अब उसके आप इंग्रेडिएंट्स चेक करोगे तो 10 रुपये वाले चॉकलेट में सिर्फ या फ्लेवर्स होंगे या आर्टिफिशियल प्रिजर्वेटिव्स होंगे, बट फॉर द 300 वन इट विल हैव प्रॉपर कोको पाउडर एंड एवरीथिंग.
But I have a counter to this, right? Like if you go to any Starbucks, if you go to any big coffee shops today, any 5-star property, the shops are full. People are buying. People are drinking that 500 rupee for one coffee mug they are paying, right? For the official meetings or everything. So I will not say that people don't have money or they don't want to buy.
Yeah.
They are spending money anyway, right?
Yes, yes.
If we go to Elante Mall, Chandigarh, and we just see the parking, I think 200-300 में से संडे के दिन आपको 100 गाड़ियां मिल जाएंगी जो 1 करोड़ से ऊपर के प्राइस की है.
बिल्कुल.
Right. So these are premium people, right? They would love to buy premium products, correct? Now, how do we close this gap of our own thinking कि इंडिया में बिकता नहीं है, या तो हम बेचना नहीं चाहते कि भाई प्रीमियम है तो बाहर बिकेगा. I was talking to the founder of Formal Club.
Okay.
He is into men formal shirts, pure cotton, zero polyester. Again, something who is bringing purity to the formal shirt. He told me the same thing. He said, सौरभ जितना प्रीमियम कॉटन होता है ना वो सब एक्सपोर्ट हो जाता है और यहाँ पे बड़ा बेकार वाला कॉटन मिलता है तो जो कि श्रिंक होता है जिसका कलर फेड होता है एंड दैट्स वेयर पीपल डोंट लाइक लिनन राइट बट जो मैं प्रोडक्ट लेके आता हूँ वो ना श्रिंक होता है ना उसका कलर फेड होता है कुछ नहीं होता है उसमें राइट
Yeah.
सो दिस हैज नाउ आई थिंक समवेयर हैज बिकम अ कॉमन मेंटालिटी के इंडिया में लोग खरीदना नहीं चाहते बट ये इंसान महीने की 10,000 शर्ट्स बेच रहे हैं 2 साल हो गए बूट स्ट्रैप्स डिड अ 10 CR रेवेन्यू ARR राइट ओके डूइंग इट करेक्ट बिकॉज ही सेड दिस इज अ नीड एंड आई विल मेक इट अ मिशन टू ऑफर देम एंड अंडरस्टैंड देम
Okay.
correct how will so as a coffee entrepreneur coffee tea and
Yes.
this I would say this is more of the munching part is more of a luxury product not a
Yes.
need product
Yes.
what can you say to your consumer to spend money on your products
So I'll just complete that thing you said that in India people are spending definitely मतलब हमारा कंसेप्शन लोगों का बन गया है कि इंडिया में अगर हम सस्ता माल भी दे देंगे तो इट विल people will easily buy because हम हर जगह बार्गेन करने की कोशिश करते हैं and that's mentality easy it's तभी अब नए जो ब्रांड्स आ रहे हैं they are focusing more on quality and people are buying it it's just that कि कुछ टाइम तक हम लोगों ने जैसे जितना सस्ता माल भी हम we prefer रेट के से सस्ता मिल रहा है तो we'll buy it so तभी जो अच्छी जैसे compare the ingredients of the chocolate in India and abroad same brand की chocolate same variant ingredients different होंगे
got it
even I guess one of the brand premium biscuit brand recently launched a
yes
cheaper version
Biscoff.
obviously so that definitely they played with obviously had to play with the ingredients नहीं तो same quality क्यों वो पहले 300 का बेच रहे होंगे and now they are
Correct.
selling it so they do play with ingredients because when we see if people are accepting it वहाँ पे जब वही चीज़ अगर abroad में बेची होगी लोगों ने accept नहीं करा उसको that if you are giving us a lower quality we won't accept it but in India major part of the segment they did accept that ki lower ingredients
yes
we are
India
getting.
is somewhere a price
हाँ.
sensitive market yes
So a lot of people did accept that that's why we started a lot of brands started playing with the ingredients or else अगर उन्हें accept करा ही नहीं होता तो they would not been allowed to play with the ingredients
ठीक है सो आशिमा विल टॉक अबाउट द अनदर पार्ट ऑफ कॉफीज सो आपके पास 2 और प्रोडक्ट्स मैंने आपकी वेबसाइट पे देखे वन इज अ मशरूम कॉफी एंड सेकंड इज फ्रेंच वनीला कॉफी एंड
Yeah.
आई रिमेंबर वनीला बिकॉज फर्स्ट टाइम आई वेंट टू कूर्ग I just bought a normal so I went to one in a local tourist shops so I went to one of them and they said okay try vanilla coffee so first time I bought it from there I never found it again so maybe I'll try from you again so tell us more about these 2 products what is mushroom coffee and what is French vanilla coffee
for the mushroom coffee we have added extract of lion's mane mushroom to coffee but the whole point was not changing the taste of a coffee because a coffee lover won't enjoy having a different tint of mushroom to the coffee so we just wanted to add the benefits of mushroom to the coffee so the lion's mane mushroom will help you
इस
enhance
मशरूम के बारे में कुछ बताओ ये क्या होता
so
है
basically different mushrooms are कुछ cooking में use होते हैं कुछ can be some of them can be used in coffee so अलग अलग different types of coffee because जो regular cooking में use होता है that can't be used
Okay.
in the coffee process so अब इसमें basically this will reduce down the caffeine content of the coffee जिनको जैसे coffee पीने से anxiety हो जाए या jitters आते हैं तो वो अगर mushroom coffee पियेंगे तो it reduces the content of the caffeine into the coffee
Okay.
so they can enjoy the taste of the coffee and with the less caffeine
Okay.
and then obviously mushroom has a benefits of improving the focus but it won't happen overnight it will take 3-4 months so if you keep on consuming this mushroom coffee it will help you enhance the focus and the immunity and everything but it will take time so right now we are trying to play with the like giving you a benefit without changing the taste of the coffee and
Okay.
then talking about the French vanilla coffee so in our French vanilla coffee we have pure extract of vanilla earlier is a crushed form
वनीला एक्सट्रैक्ट कहाँ से आता है ये वनीला we all have tasted like
flour say extract is
So
the
it's a
crushed
flour.
yes
Okay.
so we have crushed it and added it to it we have not adding any liquid or mostly आपको coffees में जैसे इसमें हमारी coffee में you will see white powder into it
Okay.
so some people might say कि इसमें white powder है it might be sugar or anything but the whole difference is we have not added the flavor it's pure vanilla extract or vanilla
Okay.
powder only so that is added and no flavor is added that's why there is no it's not properly mixed with the coffee so अगर flavor होता तो it's in liquid form या किसी form में वो proper mix हो जाता है
Got it. So कॉफी के बारे में जो आज हमने समझा, लेट मी कंक्लूड दैट फर्स्ट.
Yeah.
So there is a Robusta coffee, there is Arabica coffee. Robusta is more strong and acidic. Arabica is lighter version, non-acidic version.
Less
So,
acidic.
lesser acidic
Yes.
as compared to Robusta.
Yes.
So जो लोग regular पीना चाहते हैं but they don't want to get anxious after drinking coffee, maybe have a blood pressure issues and all, can go for a Arabica coffee and can buy from Munch Brew if they want to buy the pure organic and Arabica coffee, pure Arabica coffee, right? Then comes the mushroom coffee, which also helps you reduce the caffeine content of coffee, and then the vanilla, which is more of taste, right?
Yes.
So I think this is for the basic layman people like me, a basic understanding of coffee. Now let's coming to the herbal teas.
Yes.
Right? You also have a lot of herbal teas. Now, what inspired you also to bring in herbal teas? Because coffee and tea are very different genres of people drinking them, but you have then brought them to one shop.
Yes.
What was your purpose to bring in teas into this arena?
Okay. So the first main thing was, so I have explored a lot of teas, green teas from a lot of countries as well. So the major issue with the teas which we are doing in India was whenever you have a green tea, it gives a very bitter taste. So जिनको भी
Okay.
green tea, if a dietitian tells you or if anybody asks you to have a green tea, जब जबरदस्ती पीनी पड़ती है कि इसका bitter taste है, but still I have to have it for my good health. So I wanted to change the taste of it so that people can have a better version of it and enjoy it actually, not just having it for के health improve करनी है. So the whole point is they majorly use green leaves into it. Obviously leaves का taste तो bitter होगा, we can't change the
ठीक है.
taste of the leaves. So we have introduced flower teas. It's not even herbal teas, it's flower tea. Just pure flowers are added to your cup of tea. So basically, like we have hibiscus flowers, we have blue flowers. So pure flowers are optimized to a particular quantity and they're added to your tea bag. So in
Okay.
tea bags also we have two quality. We have cotton handmade tea bags and we have handmade cotton tea bags and we have nylon tea bags as well. They are totally biodegradable. So there's no chance of plastic getting
Okay.
into the warm cup of water. Yeah.
Okay. What all teas we have? If you can just explain, like किस इंसान को किस टाइप की टी पीनी चाहिए हर्बल स्पेस में, लाइक या फिर कौन सा, रेदर देन हर्बल टी आई विल कॉल इट अ फ्लावर टी, राइट?
yes.
किसको क्या पीना चाहिए?
So if you're a person who likes a tangy taste or little bit bitter taste, so hibiscus tea is very good. It's very good for digestion. It's good for your heart functioning. So it can be used in a mocktail as well. It can be used in a hot form as well. So you
Okay.
can use one tea bag of hibiscus tea into a cup of water, a warm cup of water, or you can mix it, just brew it in warm water, add ice and honey and cold water to it and create a mocktail out of it.
Okay.
So that is for a person who likes tangy taste. Then if you're a person who likes mild calming effect, you can have chamomile tea, jasmine tea and lavender tea. Lavender tea will have a better fragrance as well along with the taste. So for those who have an Indian palate, they can try the Kashmiri Kawa. So it has 10 or 12 components into it. It has rose petals, cinnamon, cardamom and a lot of things. So it's for the Indian palate. And we have tulsi tea as well. So it has pure tulsi leaves added, dehydrated and added into a cup of tea. Yeah.
And what about blue flower tea?
Yeah, so I just missed. So blue flower tea is majorly, it has very a lot of antioxidants into it. It's very good for weight loss as well. So in most of the cafes, it's generally used for coloring effect for the foam. If you have to have a blue foam with your coffee or with your matcha, so
Okay.
it's generally in cafe it's used for its color. And if you add a lemon into it, it will turn purple.
Okay.
So in cafes it's used for the beautification purpose, but in general if you have it on regular basis, it is very good for weight loss or it's very good for antioxidants level.
What is this flower? Like it is known as blue flower. So actual flower का कुछ और नाम है या blue
It's
flower?
blue pea flower. So there are two. It's one is blue flower, one is blue pea flower. So basically just the different shapes are there, but it's pure blue looking flower.
So Ashima, let's say if somebody is listening to this podcast and he will go to the website, there are a lot of products, so definitely a person gets confused. Which product do you want them to?
Okay, so I will just categorize two. One for the coffee lovers, they should definitely try our Vietnamese Arabica coffee and the chocolate coated coffee beans. And for the non-coffee lovers who do not want any caffeine into their drinks, should definitely try our hibiscus and chamomile flower teas.
Awesome. And if they like it, where can they write a review for you?
They can write it on the website, and we are also available on the Amazon, so they can write it over.
Awesome. So you said you are a cafe hopper. You love going to different cafes and trying different food. Tell us three cafes in Tri-City that you love the most.
So right now, while exploring, I am right now exploring a lot of tiramisu. So I have
Okay.
I have loved the tiramisu of Amarillo. So they have a perfect tint of coffee and less sweet into it. So that's my go-to dessert space for tiramisu and for affogato as well. They have a
Okay.
pistachio affogato.
Okay.
So that is a mixture of coffee and pistachio ice cream. So that's one place. Then are you asking just for the food specific
Just for the-
coffee or just in general? Okay.
In general.
So one is Cocolo in Mohali for Italian food. So it serves amazing pizza, pasta. It's pure authentic Italian food.
Cocolo.
Cocolo, yeah.
Okay.
That
And
for-
anyone for Indian food, Punjabi food?
So I have one recommendation for South Indian food, like 2 or 3. Like one is Dakshin in 19th sector. It
Okay.
serves authentic South Indian food, and there's a very similar pronouncing name, Dakkin in PU as well.
Okay.
And Nama. So all 3 of them opened around same time only. So one of them is in 8th sector. Nama is in 8th sector. So they are selling pure South Indian food. So I
Okay,
like
cool. Ashima, you spoke about the 3 cafes, right? And I think I'll go and try them, especially for the dessert and Italian food. I do love that. And I think Italian food and coffee goes
Yes.
together very well, right? Okay. So tell us one person who in the Indian startup ecosystem, one entrepreneur whom you really admire and learn from. And any source that you think, okay, if I am doing a D2C brand, this is a founder I follow kind of
So
a
I
thing.
keep on listening to stories of each and every entrepreneur and learning from their journey, what they have done right, what wrong they have done, and keep learning from their story. So they're no particular role model. For major advice, I look up to my dad. He has built up his company from last 25 years. So he has worked so hard for that. So I take business advice from my mom and dad. And for the other journey, I just keep on listening to a lot of entrepreneurs on YouTube, Instagram, and stuff.
So can you share 3 life lessons or business lessons from your dad's life?
So one is he was initially into sales. So initially I was very reluctant to go and pitch my product to any individual, but the way he explained my Munch Brew product is amazing. Once I listen him explaining the product, I'm like, wow, you have explained it so well. So the sales, how to sell a product, how to pitch your product is one thing he has taught me. Then the consistency, the way he works hard. So doing same thing again, or the consistency is the one thing which he has taught me. And one is that he has taught is the best point and like everything about your product. So it's up to you how you pitch them. Even if there is a wrong point or anything, it's up to you how you can like showcase your product. So that's what he has shown. That's basically majorly comes from the
So first is the sales, second is consistency, and the product knowledge.
Yes.
The best you need to have.
you need to like have to have the thorough knowledge of your product so that you can explain it properly to it.
So my father also told me the same thing when I wanted to do MBA. He said MBA means maal bech ke aana. If you can sell, you have the right product knowledge and you can build a right network, you are in business. Otherwise, you'll become a manager filling the Excel sheet for someone else, right?
Yes.
So I believe that these traditional knowledge helps a lot in terms of making us a better entrepreneur and having the patience to grow. Like when we were talking before the podcast, you said for any D2C brand like that, it will take 3 to 4 years to grow,
Minimum
right?
to, yeah.
है ना? That's a minimum period, like 1,000 days or 1,500
Yes.
days. But today, VCs are expecting 100 crore revenue in 2 years, which is not happening, right? And I think this is a great part about Chandigarh, that everybody who's an entrepreneur here has seen business around them. So that mentality of building a stable, growing business is more important here. Okay? Thank you so much, Ashima, for sharing a lot about your life, about your product, about coffee, teas, and munching. Right? I believe a lot of people will get knowledge and they will use it and choose the right products from market, right? Whether they buy from Munch Brew or somewhere else, at
Yeah.
least they know that which category they should buy first, right?
For sure, yeah.
And if they really loved what you shared, they will definitely come to Munch Brew for the final destination, as their final destination of buying these products. And keep sharing with us, right? Do share a link that we can share in the description about the website if you would like to offer any listeners code
Definitely.
to them,
I will follow.
right?
Yeah.
So they get an initial discount, which makes the journey easier to become a consumer. That will be really, really amazing. And I will personally send a gift, a coffee bottle from Munch Brew to one of you who gives me the best review of this podcast. Write a good review if you like it, taste it, and then also tell Ashima on LinkedIn. A personal message as a review is the most amazing thing a founder can have. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you, Ashima. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.